you can watch the video again. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Ken. Okay, good. So yeah, we had a 2 week break, so we are back. So yes. So any question from you?
No question, but it's like
Mm.
for my school is
Mm.
starting new chapter,
Mm-hmm.
like the logarithm.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, but it's only a bit. Yeah.
Mm. So
So
you
far
have,
that's one
okay. So you only have learned a bit of polynomial or logarithm.
logarithm.
Okay, good. So okay, then shall we kickstart with logarithm first?
Okay.
Okay. By the way, whether you can see me or not, I don't think it's important lah. But I just want to make sure you can see what I'm sharing, like the white page, and I'm going to write on this white page. So that's how we start. Okay. So let's kickstart with logarithm today. Okay.
Okay.
Good. So let's kickstart with logarithm. Okay. So I just use a short form log. So for logarithm, right? I hope you know that there are some basic rules. There are some basic rules. Okay. There are some basic rules. Okay? There are some basic rules you need to remember. Okay.
Okay.
Do you have a list of them, like the indices rule? Do you have a list of these logarithm rules with you right now?
No, I don't.
You don't have
Wait.
them, right?
I
Okay.
think
Yes.
I don't.
You don't, right? Okay, fine. So if you don't have them, then they are print out. They are print them out already for you together with the indices law.
Can I go and check?
Yeah, please. Please.
Give me 2 minutes.
Mm. So at the same time, I can also look at my site and see if I have some materials to share with you. But if you already have those logarithm rules, then it's good that we can always refer to it at this moment.
I think I found it.
You found it, right? Okay. So okay, it's okay. So you just look at that page because I'm going to share what I have over here with you. So then we can have a okay. So let me open this file. Okay, I don't think you can see what I'm sharing right now, but okay, hold on. Okay, so do you have problem with logarithm?
I think not a lot, but
Not a lot.
not sure. Cause just a bit only. Then I haven't go for the
Okay, good.
haven't learned for.
So it's always good to start with a question now. So let me start with a question. Okay. So can you see the question?
Yeah.
Okay, over here. So before we look at the question, I think it's good for me to go through some of the logarithm basic rules with you. So the number one rule is called product rule. So you have this log a times I will say, okay, let me change this. Okay, first thing first, do you know that log 10 is equal to lg?
Yeah.
Okay, good. And then log ab is equal to log b, it means lgb over lga. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
okay. And then it's also equal to, so in this case, right? In this case, I'm assuming, that means for this, I'm assuming I'm using log 10. Means log 10b over log 10a. Can you see it in blue? Okay, good. So, and the next one is also equal to log5b over log5a. Is also equal to log4b log4a. Okay.
Why is that so?
Okay. The reason is so let me go to the next page. Okay, so the reason is, let me give you a simple example for fraction. Okay, so let's say we have this 2 over 2 is equal to 3 over 3, right? It's also equal to 4 over 4, right?
Yeah.
So can you see that each fraction here is different, but they are all equal to 1. Am I right?
Okay.
Am I right? So that means the value has not changed for the above transformation, right? I can even write as what, 5 over 5, right? Am I right or not? Am I right or not?
Right.
Yeah, correct.
Right.
So that is the reason why. That's the reason why the same concept should be applied here. Okay. So that means if you choose LG on top, if you choose LG below, it's fine. You can also choose LOG5 and LOG5. Then if you choose LOG4 on top, you must choose LOG4 below. Right? Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Make sense?
Yeah.
So that means you can even like LOG3 over LOG3, Okay?
Okay.
Okay, good. So next, so this is rule number 1, and then this is rule number 2, and then of course we will move on to rule number 2. Okay, so you also have log a. If over here is a to the power of 3, you know what you can do? Yeah, the answer is 3.
True.
Okay, this is just a rule. Okay, you have to memorize. Okay, can?
Okay.
Good. Next, so if you have like log 5 and then you have 25, you know that you have log 5 and then 25 is 5 to the power of 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Can you see?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
therefore the answer should be
2
very good.
log
Okay,
5.
so that means you make use of the rule here, okay, to find out the answer 2, right?
Yes.
Okay, can? Next, let me go to the next page. So the next one is, if you have log a b here, and let's say if you have a coefficient in front, let's say the coefficient is 2, do you know that this 2 you can bring it to the power here?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that means the power 2 here, you can actually bring it, you can also bring it down. Okay, okay, can?
Okay.
So
Okay.
sometimes it's good to bring the power to the front. Sometimes it's good to bring the coefficient to the power. So this these two, the transformation, you need to know how to do transformation, and then different scenarios requires different transformation that will make the question easier for you to do. Okay, so you can bring the
Okay.
power down to the coefficient here, or you can also bring the coefficient up to the power. Okay, the value has not changed. So this is a very key concept in math. Okay, the value has not changed. Okay, okay, good.
Mm-hmm.
Good. So let's move on to two more. Okay. Two more means product. So if you have log A, okay, I will use LG lah. LGA plus LGB. So basically, this is equal to LG bracket A times B. Okay? And then if you have LGA minus LGB, so you should have LG A over B. Okay? Can? So we always talk about what? if you can go from the left to the right, so similarly, right to the left is also it's also valid, right? Right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So I think these are the few slides. So these are the few slides which you need to memorize. Okay, starting from here. Okay, log 10 is equal to LG. Okay, and then the number 2, can you see number 2 here?
Yeah.
Okay, good. And then of course we have this slide 3, which is shown here, and then subsequently you have this slide 5. You can bring the coefficient. You can bring the coefficient to the power, or you can bring the power to the coefficient. Okay. Then of course these are the final 2 logarithm rules you need to make use of to do logarithm question. Okay. Can? Okay. So that means going forward, I will make use of all these rules to solve questions. Okay. So let me demo with a question. So this is the question. Okay, so over here it says what? It says, so you have this log 8x is equal to p, right? Am I right? And then they want you to find out what is log 2x, right?
Yeah.
Part A. Okay, so can you see that you have a base 8 and then you have a base 2? So the technique is you need to use the change of the base rule. So which rule just now can allow you to have change of the base? Okay, this one cannot because there is no change of base in this case, right? This one also cannot because coefficient bring to power, power bring to coefficient. There is no change of base, right? Then of course, this one is also no change of base. Okay, because this one says what? This one says if you have A to A and A here, the power is the answer. And then if you have 5 and 5 here, the power is the answer. So this one also doesn't apply. Okay, so but can you see that you can actually apply this rule number 2, change of base? Can you see that? Because why? Over here you can start with base 5. Can you see? You start with base 5 here, and then suddenly you can also use base 4. Can you see that? Okay, so that means we can actually use rule 2. So before I use rule 2, I will write down rule 2 first. So the rule 2 is if I have log AB, my answer can be LGB over LGA, or LG2, LOG2B, LOG2A. Or I can even choose what? LOG8B over LOG8A. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, I need to make use of this change of the base rule. So how? First, I will look at this first. So log8x is actually equal to what? So if I use this one, so can you see that I should get log2x over log28? Am I right?
Why?
Okay, so let's look at it carefully. So you have log2ab, right? Am I right?
Yes.
logab, then you change it to log2b and log2a, right? So that means in this case, your AB is your 8 and X. Can you see? Can you see or not? Can you see or not?
Yeah, I can.
So once you see that your A is actually your 8, and then your B is actually your X. So this is my B, this is my A. Am I right? Am I right or not?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so if that's the case, so that means I can actually solve this question already. Why? Because, well, let me erase the arrow first. So log28. So actually I can do something to the denominator. So 8 is actually 2 to the power of 3, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, good. So that means on top, I cannot solve. So I just copy again. Okay. So can you remember that we can make use of one of the rules to solve this? So what's the answer for denominator?
3.
Yes. Which is slide what? We can actually, yeah. So we can actually use this. This is the one. Can you see?
Mhm.
Okay. So that's why I get 3 below. And then on top, I cannot solve. So I just write again. Am I right or not? Am I right?
Yes.
Okay, so now the question is that means everything here, everything here is the working, right? Is the working. Okay?
Mm.
But actually what it means is log8x, which is the question. I can actually simplify into log2x over 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that means this is the transformation after all this working. After all this working. This transformation, that means basically you can simplify, you can actually simplify your this, okay? Can or not?
Can, but then
Hmm.
is that all? Is that the answer for
Uh,
all?
this is the second last step already, okay?
Oh, okay.
Okay, this is the second last step. So
Can
once
I ask a question?
yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, ask me a question.
So it's like the log AB, right? You
Yeah,
change it to something over something. Like,
yes.
how do you know if it's either B over A or A over B?
What, A over B or B over A? It's always B over A, what? B over A, B over A, B over A, B over A. It's always B over A, right?
So cannot be A over B.
Wait, the b is always on the b is always the denominator. I mean numerator. Can you see? All the b is on top, right?
Um,
Am I right or
okay.
not? Am I right or not?
Right.
That's why that means you need to memorize this change of the base rule. The b is always on top, and then the a is always below, right?
Okay.
Can, and then of course you choose whatever base. You can choose what? You can choose 2, and then below is also must be 2. You can choose 8, and then below must be 8 as well. Okay. You can even choose 10, right? First case, right here.
Mm.
Okay. Okay. So that means I simplify this log 8x to this log 2x over 3 already. So this is my second last step. Okay. So now let me answer the question then. So the question is, it says this log 8x is equal to 什么 p, right?
Mm-hmm.
So therefore my this left hand side is equal to p lah. Am I right?
Yeah.
Then therefore okay lah. That means I already solved the question already. So that means 3p is equal to log 2x. The question asks for what? Log 2x equals to question mark, right? Right?
Yeah.
So that means my answer is equals to 3p. Am I right or not?
So like you don't have to change it to P.
Yeah, 3p. So my answer, if they ask me for the question mark, right? So the answer is equals to 3p. They say what? In terms of p, right? So my answer is in terms of p.
So
Right?
don't need to change to P.
Change to,
1P.
what do you mean by 1p? In terms of p, it means as long as I have a p, that's good enough.
Okay.
Okay, so that means the question here, like, okay, I give you another example. So if I give you like this circle, I ask you to find area in terms of pi, right? Do you know what I mean or not? That means as long as you get like, so let's say if I give you the radius is 2, right? So the answer is what? Pi 2 square, right? So the answer is 4 pi, right? For the area of the circle. Am I right or not? What's the formula for area of circle?
Pi r square.
What's your R here?
2.
Okay, so above. So 2 square is equal to
Oh.
4, right? So the answer is 4 pi, right? So that means I already answered the question. The area is in terms of pi, it means the answer is 4 pi. Am I right?
Okay.
So similarly on top here, they say in terms of P, so my answer is 3P, so that's it.
Okay.
Okay, but the more important thing here is not like whether, the more important thing here is you need to know which rule to use. Okay, in this case, you need to use change of base. Okay, why? Because you start with what? You start with 8 first. And then suddenly you start with 8 first, right?
Yes.
And then suddenly they ask you to you start with A and they want 2 at the end. So that means this question already show you should use change of the base because the base has changed, right? Okay, can? So I have finished part A already. Okay, let's move on to part B. Okay, let's move on to part B, shall we?
Yeah.
Okay, so then see how we can make use of other rules to solve question. So basically, this page we use change of the base. Okay, next. Okay, let's tackle part B together. It says find the value of k such that you have this. Okay, here the base is what? 2, right? Let me write it again. Can you see that they have different base or not throughout the question? So here the base is 2, here the base is 4, here's 4, here's 9. Can you see that they have different base?
Yeah.
So if you have different base, I think the most important thing is what? Is to make them the same first. Make them the same base first. Agree?
Yes.
Yeah, if different base, of course you cannot do lah. It's just like if you have x and y, you cannot combine. But if you have x and x, you can combine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So over here, can you see that in fact here is already you can get an answer lah. The right hand side. Let's focus on the right hand side first. The right hand side, if you focus on log 4 and 64, right? So log 4 and 64, 64 is 4 to the power of 4, right? So therefore, your this log 4 64 is actually equals to 4,
4.
right? Am I right or not?
You can't write it to a left hand side.
No, I never write it in the left hand side. What? I just said right hand side equals to 4. That means the first term is equal to 4. That means I say I want to deal with the right hand side first. I don't want to do anything with the left hand side first. Okay, can? So the first term is equal to 4. Now next. Next is, can you see that this 2 is here or not? This is what? Coefficient, right? Coefficient can also bring to the power, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so which slide? Let's go to that slide. This is the slide. So coefficient 2, you also can bring to the power. The power 2 also can bring to the coefficient. So now I want to bring the coefficient 2 to the power. So I should get. So I bring it, let me focus on this term first. So I bring it to the power, right? Coefficient, I bring to the power. Can you see? Make sense? Can I move on?
Okay.
Ah, good. So that means you can actually simplify to what? Log 9, 3 to the power of 2 is equal to what? 9, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, so what is the answer for this?
1.
1, right? Ah, so that means the right hand side, the second term is 1. So that means my right hand side is actually equals to 3, right?
Oh,
Am I right or not?
nice.
Right hand side. Okay, can I move on to the left hand side now?
Yes.
Good. Okay, so let's take a look at the left hand side. Okay. So that means you need to be very good with all the basic rules. As I mentioned last time also. Okay, let me make it smaller so that I have more space. Okay, good. Okay, so now let's move on to the left hand side. Okay, the left hand side, can you see that they have base 2 and base 4? Can you see?
Mm-hmm.
So you want to use base 2 or you want to use base 4? You want to you prefer the small one or you prefer the big one? Like smaller is better, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that means I want to change the base 4 here, right? I want to change it to base 2. Okay, so the first one I don't need to change. So let's start with left hand side. Because I want to change all to base 2. Okay, by the way, here you got the square root. Do you know that square root is also half to the power of half?
No.
How come you don't
Anyway,
know?
yeah.
You
It's
should
the
know, right?
indices.
You should know what indices law, what, right? It's just like square root 4 is equal to 4 to the power of half. Okay, you can actually use your calculator to test. See if they are equal. Oh, okay, can. So that means I changed the first term to power half already, right? So
Yeah.
now I go for the second term. The second term is minus. So log, I want to change to base 2, right? So that means I change it to log 2 over log 2 first. And then which one is my b? K minus 2 is my b, right?
Well, how do you get log 2?
So that means I need to make use of change of base rule. So let me copy the change of base rule over first. So change of base rule means, so change of base rule says if I have log AB, right, is equal to
Mm-hmm.
log 2B over log 2A, right? Am I right? Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah. So with this rule, so by the way, this rule is not new. This rule is not new. I just copy from the previous slide only. Now you see over here, log AB equals to LGB over LGA, or log 2B over log 2A, or log 8B over log 8A. Okay, so it's not new. So I ask you to remember. So I just put it here first. Okay, now in this case, focus on the log 4, this one first. So log 4 K minus 2. So can you see that your B is actually your K minus 2, and then your A is actually your 4. Can you see or not?
Mm.
So therefore, you should get what? You should get log 2k minus 2 bracket, and then log 2, 4, right? All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So therefore, your this whole term, this whole term after transformation is this one, right? Right.
Yes.
So therefore, I just copy this down. I just copy. That means I need to copy this whole thing. I need to copy it here. So I just copy log 2k minus 2, and then log 2, 4. So far so good.
Yes.
Good. So can you see that you can actually simplify this one? You simplify this to what? So here
Mm.
you have the half, right? The power you can bring it to the coefficient, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
So I bring down, so I get half. log 2 pi k plus 1. Am I right?
Yeah.
Then the second term, I hope you can see log 2 k minus 2. Below should get 2, right? Am I right or not? Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that means all you need to do is, now what you need to do is do this. So the first term, I cannot do anything. I just copy down. And then the second term, I can take out the half. So I end up with log 2k minus 2. Okay? Can or not?
Where you get the half from?
Okay, so that means this is basic math. So let me erase the.
Oh, okay.
Already. So let me erase the change of formula first. So let's say if you have this a over 2, right? Do you know is equals to half a? We talked about this, I think, in the previous lesson also.
Yeah.
So that's why I take out this half, lor. Then I take out this half. I take it way in front. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So then now the question becomes so easy already. Why? Because all you need to do is you need to take out your half, because you have a common factor half. Am I right?
Mhm.
Am I right? So you take out your common factor half. So you end up with half bracket log2 pi k plus 1 minus log2 k minus 2. Am I right? That's your left hand side already. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So that means if, then of course I need to use another slide. Okay, let me use another slide. So this is my left hand side. So I'm going to get this to another slide. Okay, this is my left hand side. And then I hope you remember the right hand side is equal to 3 by the way. 4 minus 1 ma. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, the right hand side is 3, right? Okay, so that's why your this question, it should end up like this. But of course, I haven't finished solving lah. Okay, but at least I should reach this step. So far, so good.
Mhm.
Oh, okay, so once I reach this, do you know that I can actually times 2 on this side and then times 2 this side, so my half is gone already here. Do you know? So I times 2 on the left, I times 2 on the right, so that means my half is gone, so I left with this. Okay? Okay? Make sense?
Makes sense.
Make sense? Okay, next. So next one is I need to use the product or quotient rule. So the rule is called quotient rule. Quotient. Okay. Quotient rule says what? Quotient rule says if I have log A minus log, I should have log A. Hey, your side a lot of noise leh. How come?
My side?
Yeah, like psst, psst, like that.
I don't know.
Okay, never mind. Okay, good. This is the quotient rule. Log A minus log B is equal to log A over B. Okay? If
Okay.
if you cannot remember, you can also refer to this slide. Yeah, here.
Mm.
Okay? So then
I can divide the
yeah,
bracket.
yeah. So that's why I I I I have the rule here. So what you need to do is your left hand side, that means this side, right? What you can do is you can actually is equal to log 2 pi k plus 1 on top, k minus 2 below is equal to 6. Can you see the similarity here? This is actually your A. This is actually your
Oh,
B. Can you see?
Mm.
Can you see or not?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So, okay, the question here is you have something log 2 something is equal to 6. So it's hard to do because do you remember that we always make use of like 2 to the power of a is equal to 4. So that means 2 to the power of a is equal to 2 to the power of 2. And then if we have the same base, then we can actually equate the power. Have you remember this? Can you still remember this
Yes.
technique? So I think I want to use the same technique here because I want to have the same base, then I just compare the power. So how do
Oh.
I get my 6? My 6 is actually equals to log 2 to the power of 6, right? Am I right? Am I right or not?
Yes.
So therefore, I erase my 6. So that means basically this right hand side is equal to this term lah. Am I right?
Yeah.
Then you can start to compare the base law. I mean, you both side you have this log 2, and then this side you also have log 2. So therefore, you end up with what? You end up with this whole thing is equal to 2 to the power 6. Then with this, then is just basic cross multiplication and then solve for k, right? Am I right?
Wait, to cross.
Wait. I mean, do you agree it's just like simple cross multiplication?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
agree.
basic math already. Oh, so can you help me out? Use your calculator. 2 to the power 6 equals to. So what is 2 to the power 6?
Uh,
You have calculator with you?
64.
Okay. 64. Okay, good. So that means it's equal to 64. 2 to the power 6. So that means just cross multiply. So that means 5k plus 1 equals to 64k minus 2 times 64, 128. Okay, I'm not going to solve already because this is too basic math, right? Oh, so I don't want to waste time on this basic math stuff. I think we need to like practice more on the logarithm rules. That's more important. This one is like so simple, right? Oh, okay.
Can I ask
Go ahead.
how many mark is for this question B?
Okay, let's go to the question. This question is part A, part B, part C. I think total about 7 to 10. 7 to 10 marks. I mean 3 parts. 7 to 10. Yeah,
Okay.
I haven't finished yet. I still have got C, part C. Okay. So shall we move on to part C?
Okay.
So by now we should by now we should have used a few rules already. Change of base, right? And then quotient rule, and then the change of base, and then quotient rule plus I bring down the power bring to the power bring to the coefficient bring to the power. You see, we have already used like 3 of them already, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let's move on to part C. So part C, the question says this. Actually, part C also similar. So can I ask, do you notice that they have different base? You notice they have different base?
I noticed.
Base 3 and base x, right? So what you need to do?
Change it to the same.
Yes, change of base. Change it to the same base. Okay, so change of base, the rule is, okay, I just write it beside so that you can actually quickly refer to it. LGB over LG A. Okay, or you can actually, here I want to use base 3, so I is equal to log 3b over log 3a. Okay, so without further ado, let me continue. So this one is already log 3. I don't want to change. Just copy down. But this one I want to change. But before I change, right, I can actually bring the 12 up, right? Okay, coefficient bring to the power. Can you see? Can you see or not?
Yeah, I can see.
Pardon?
Can see.
Okay, so I just bring the coefficient to the power. Okay, it should make my life easier lah. Okay, so then after that, of course, the right hand side I don't want to care first. Let's do the left hand side first. So can I ask you for the answer? Help me out. Use a calculator. 3 to the power 12. What is the answer?
Oh my god.
Oh, never mind. Okay, then if never mind, it's okay. If it's too big, just leave it lah. Okay, just leave it. Okay, but
Okay.
so leave it first. So now I want to change the base. I want to change this entire thing to base 3, right? So the thing is, can you see that your this 3 to the power 12 is actually your b, and then your this x is your a. Can you see that?
Can.
So now I change to base 3, log 3, log 3. On top I have 3 to the power 12. Below I have x. Am I right? Am I
Yeah.
right? Okay. Then after that, can you see that your this, so this one is a no change because I cannot solve. On top, the numerator is actually equal to 12, and then below cannot do anything because I cannot solve. So I actually end up with this left hand side, simplest. Okay.
Wait.
This part you forget already, man. This one, the rule. If you have log a to the power of 3, the answer is 3, right?
No, how come? Okay, for the last step, how come your tree is gone?
Where is
The on top.
wait? First thing first. This step you are okay or not? Okay or not okay for this step?
Okay.
If this step is okay, then what I do is I never do anything. What I just do, I just I just copy this and copy this only, and then I convert it only for the numerator. Am I
How
right?
come your numerator you got log 3 to the power of 12? Then how come suddenly become 12?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's why I say what you need to remember this technique. What
the rule.
the rule, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
am I right? Okay.
Yeah.
So that's why I get 12 lor. So that's the simplest version for left hand side. So far so good.
Good.
Okay, good. So that means left hand side done deal already. So I need to go to so that means my this entire question, right, is simplified to what? My this entire question is simplified to this whole thing equals to 4.
Okay.
Okay. So if this entire thing is simplified to 4, right, it's easy already, right? So the same technique.
No.
Wait, let me get it out and then I copy to this. Copy to a new slide. So this one is what? This entire thing, can you see they are the same? If they are the same, then I can let it be y what? So it becomes quadratic equation. I times y on the left, I times y on the right. So what do I get? So y squared minus 12 equals to 4y. So this is what? Quadratic equation. So I'm not going to solve quadratic equation now. So then basically you have your y equals to something, and then y equals to something, and then your y is actually your log 3 what? Your y is actually equals to your log 3,
Okay.
log 3x equals to something, and then log 3x equals to something. Okay? Then you can solve for your x already lah, right?
Yeah.
Alright. So the technique is what? The technique here is you need to simplify first the left hand side. You need to simplify the left hand side. And the rule we have used so far for this question is change of base and then this one. Okay? Can you see that? Can you see that for this particular question, we keep using change of base and this one? Can you see? So you need to be very good with these two. Okay, so after this question, I think I want to give you a question to practice. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. You can actually, but your screen is too small. You can actually draw on the, you can also write on the screen. Am I right? Am I right or not?
Yes.
But your screen is too small. So I wonder, Never mind, never mind. I think okay. Let me give you the question first. Let me give you the question first.
I got paper here.
Yeah, exactly. So what I mean is like later you just do on the paper. Then after that, what you do is you just take a photo and then you just share with me. Okay.
Do I send it here? You want me to send it in Zoom or
You can send over Zoom if you can. You
okay?
send over Zoom. Can you send over Zoom if you can you?
I wait, let me check.
You check. Okay. Never mind. Now you try to send a photo over Zoom to me. See if you can. While I am getting the question to you. You just test sending just any photo to me lah.
Okay. Yeah, I think I cannot there.
Cannot ah. You cannot send is it?
Yeah, I send through WhatsApp.
Yeah, you also can send through WhatsApp if you want. Then WhatsApp definitely can what. No need to test already.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so send me through WhatsApp. Okay, I'm going to give you this question. Okay. Under logarithm.
Is logarithm considered a hard chapter?
It's the same for indices. If you don't know the rules, of course they are very hard. If you know the rules very well, then it's not hard already. I keep talking about this concept a lot, right? About the importance of remembering all the rules, right?
Mm.
Okay, let me get this to you. Hold on. I need to make this. Okay, I will share this with you. Okay, good. Okay, this is the question. Can you see the question already?
Yeah, I can see. Okay.
So just to make sure that you understand the question well, so I just want to write it again. So do it like left hand side and then right hand side, and then after that then combine them lah. Okay, I find that easier instead of combine everything together. Okay, so this is your first question. Okay, do the first question first. Solve this equation first. Can you see the equation? I have rewritten it already. Can you?
Okay.
Can? Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, go and try. So basically, what your approach should be, that means you simplify your left hand side and then you simplify your right hand side. So I should see your left hand side and right hand side first. Okay. So to help you better, I will write down the summary of. You have already copied down the answer question, right? Suli, you have already copied down the question, right? Huh?
Copy already.
Okay, good. So I'm going to write down all the rules lah. So that means you can easily refer to it quickly.
Okay.
Uh, of course, if you remember, then that is the best. If you cannot remember, then you just refer to the rules. I'm writing them out right now on one page. And the last one is the change of base. So these are the rules you can make use.
Can I ask for left hand side? Why use the change
Okay.
of base?
Yeah. Why? The reason is, what is the base in this question? You have 9, you have 3, you have 3, you have 1/3. So I think which base you want to have?
3.
3. Okay, so it means I should see your left hand side is in terms of log 3 something. And then I think your right hand side also log 3 something for each term lah. Okay? Okay. I should see all these log 3 plus log, understand my point? That's the objective. Okay? Good. So yeah, so you can refer to this. So since I cannot see you, then I just stop the video. Or is it you are shy or what?
No, it's my camera got problem.
Oh, okay. You are using your phone, right?
Yeah, I think phone cannot like open the camera for some reason.
Oh, serious? Can eh? I tested with the other student.
My previous lesson also can.
Okay lah, I send you request, ask to start. You get it?
Oh, okay, request one.
Can ah?
Okay, let me try.
Yeah. I ask you to start. You can start now lor.
Oh what? I pressed then nothing happened.
是咩?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Next time we will fix this. Okay, we do this question first.
Wow, very difficult.
Pardon?
Very difficult.
Very difficult to do question or what?
Do this question. Okay, can I send you through my WhatsApp?
Yeah, sure. You show me the left hand side and the right hand side first. I want to see the simplified version first.
Wait, I only know. Okay, then I do the right hand side.
You do the right hand side also?
The right hand side got 3 terms.
Actually, the right hand side, right? If you see clearly, wait, Suli, actually the third term, right? Can you see that this is actually a value already? This is actually a value. Can you see log 1/3 and 3? This actually can give you a value, like can be 2 or -2. This entire term is actually a value, by the way. So basically, this term you don't have to. This is a value or this. So this is not this. It's just like you punch your calculator lah. Like okay, do you know how to punch your calculator to get this? Do you know how to punch your calculator?
No.
Yeah. Yeah, you punch your calculator for the value for the third term first.
How to punch?
Okay, first thing first. Do you know how to punch this log 2, 3?
I try.
Yeah. You start with log 2, 3 first. So what's your answer for log 2, 3?
Is it a decimal?
Yeah. So basically, how you punch your calculator for log 2, 3, right? Is you go for log 3. Of course, you can get a bracket and then divide by bracket log 2. So that will give you the answer for log 2, 3. So can you do the same thing for this last term here? See what you get? Log 1/3 and 3. Press your calculator. I think you should get a value, and it should be a good value.
But can I ask why is it divide? Because I thought
No, it's divide because that means the summary here, you see? This one, log 2, 3, right? Log 2, 3 is equal to what? Log 3 divided by log 2, right? Given, given this. Oh, so that's why divide lah. But when you press your calculator, then now you understand why divide or not?
understand already.
Okay, good. Okay, so press for the last term, this term.
-1.
Very good. So that means this is a value. So you don't have to care about, I mean, once you get this, your focus should be on the first and the second term, or on the right hand side only.
Oh my god.
Actually, if you can see, right, your this first term and second term, right, you don't have to change of the base. All you need to do is you use the product rule.
Times.
Use the product rule. This one. Can you see that you have log 3 something plus log 3 something on the right hand side, the first and the two term?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you can use this rule, right? Yeah. Log A plus log B. So over there is log 3 something plus log 3 something, right? So you can use this rule.
Yeah.
So then your right hand side is simplified already with this
You
rule.
have to open it.
Don't, okay, of course you don't have to open the bracket first. That is the next step. I want you to simplify until something we can play with first.
Okay, do you want me to send a photo of it?
Yeah, go ahead, come.
But I think it's wrong.
It's okay. At least I want to see like what you have gotten here, and I will know what is not right and what is correct. Let me go and on my fan.
Okay.
Okay, waiting for you. Oh, what's that photo? Actually, I think you can send like, over this. Thank you. I received already. Okay, let me test. Let me test sending something to you. Only can send message.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Yeah, never mind. So okay, okay, very good. So let me go through the question with you. The question is here, correct? Okay, so let me get it to the new slide. Get rid of this. Good. So your left hand side, right? The left hand side, what you should get is you change it to log 3, right? Am I right? So if you change it to log 3, on top you should get x minus 2 to the power of 4. And then below you should get 9. So if you simplify, then you should get log 3 x minus 2. Can't change the numerator, but here you should get half. Can you see? You should get 2 in the numerator, denominator. Can you see? Am I right? Suli?
Why?
Huh? Hey, once again, you forget.
Oh, yeah.
You forget that log a to the power of 3, that one. Okay?
Yes.
Good. So the the left hand side, the most you can simplify until is here. And actually, you can simplify further. Can you see the power you can bring down?
Yeah.
So if you bring down the power, so on top you get log 3 x minus 2, and then you have 2 here. Can you see that you can actually simplify until 2? Can you see that?
Oh.
Can you see that or not? So that means the simplest form, is what? Log 3 bracket x minus 2 for the left hand side. Okay?
Isn't it
Ah,
log 2 log 3 x minus 2?
Hold on. Do you know that I bring down the 4 for the numerator?
Yeah.
Right? Can you see I bring down the power to the coefficient place?
Yeah.
So once I bring down already, you know the 4 and the 2 you can cancel, right?
Mm-hmm.
So on top you only left with 2, right? So the last answer should be this. Yeah, I think you are right. I missed the 2. Or if so that means the 2 you can also what? You can also bring it up. Okay? Both are acceptable because we haven't finished, right? We just try to simplify first, right?
Mm.
Okay, so this is the simplified of the left hand side. Okay, then the right hand side, right? The right hand side, like I say, right? Your this is equals to -1, and then this one you use the product rule, then you combine. Okay, you should get log 3, and then you have the 2x plus 1 times x minus 1. Am I
Mm-hmm.
right or not? Am I right or not?
Yes.
Okay, good. So
You got
then
one more minus behind.
the minus 1, of course, yes, nice, -1, right?
Mm.
Am I right? Okay, good. So if you have -1 here, right? So I think it makes sense. It makes sense for you to combine. So that means you have one term here and then you have another term. I think it's good to make the -1 into something that you can combine so that you have a single term. So -1 you can actually make it into log 3 minus 1, right? Am I right or not?
Mm.
-1 ma. This rule, you can't
Oh
remember
my
already,
god.
man. Can you remember this
Then
rule or not?
why do you have -1?
Okay, wait. What is this?
Because you already have.
What's the third?
Yeah.
Let me double check. Yeah, according to you, the last term is equal to -1 ma.
Yeah, but since you already have a
Mm.
minus sign before the log 3,
Yeah.
then why do you still need another minus? Because if
Oh,
you
very
get
good. So
another,
that means it's plus. I got it. Thank you. Okay, so that means it's plus. Am I right?
yeah.
Okay, very good. So that means can you see that I can use another product rule again? So that means I get log 3, 2x plus 1, bracket, times x minus 1. This thing, I need to times this thing. So that means I combine it into a single term lah. So this is the simplest for the right hand side. Am I right or not?
Yes.
Okay lor. Then that means everything is good lah. So left hand side is equal to this thing. Right hand side is equal to this thing. So that means I need to equate these two lah. So once I equate these two, it becomes a quadratic equation. Okay. So let me continue. So this one is x minus 2 bracket square. Okay, good. So let me do a screenshot so that I can get it to the next slide. Okay, this is my right hand side, and just now my left hand side is x minus 1 to the power of 2, right? So I just equate it to this. Am I right?
Yeah.
And then you should see that this 3 to the power of -1 is equal to 1/3 lah. I hope you can
So
see.
is it x minus 2?
You mean the left hand side, is it? Or the right hand side?
Yeah. Left hand side is
Oh, okay,
minus
good.
2 one.
Okay, good. Okay, it's -2 because I didn't. I need to refer to it's 6 -2. Yeah. Okay, can. So you get this. So after that, what you do is you just need to open the bracket on the left hand side. And then you need to open the bracket for the right hand side. Plus, minus 1, 3. Then cross multiply.
Okay.
So it becomes a simple math already. So for this, I'm not going to solve because it will end up with a quadratic equation and then you solve the quadratic equation only. Am I right?
Yeah.
So if you get it, you should get this. Minus 11x. So you bring it over. Yeah, something like this. Okay. Yeah, something like this. Okay. So you just solve for your x. Smart.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So okay, the key thing here is not so much about how do you get this thing. Okay. The key thing is how do you reach until this step. Left hand side and right hand side. Okay.
Okay.
Good. Okay. Let's look at the question again. Then you say giving your answer in this form. So basically your x, because you need to find x here. Okay. So that means here they want you to express x in this form. You know what it means or not? When they ask you to express it, half
Sorry.
AB, they ask you to express it in this form, half A plus B square root something, right? Let me see.
In
Square
this
root B. They want you to express it in this format.
way.
So what it means is they want you to, in fact, if you solve this, right, you cannot use factorization. You can't. You also cannot use, I think you can use completing square, but the best is use what? Formula lah. Minus b plus b square minus 4ac and then divide by 2a. Can you see that this formula method will give you the answer similar to this one? Can you see? So that means the way they ask, right, is they want you to use the formula to solve. Okay? So you need to be very sensitive to the question. Like if they give you different base, that means they're asking you to use change of base. They give you they ask you to express it in this manner. So that means they want you to use formula instead of factorization or completing square or whatever. Okay? Can or
Okay.
not? Can?
Okay.
Okay, good. So yeah. So logarithm can be very difficult if you don't know the rules. And I don't think you have memorized the rules very well also. Okay, because when I was doing the question and then you seem to have some problems understanding, hey, how come you suddenly like just now like here, this question, you ask me, how come this suddenly this numerator becomes 12, right? So I make use of this rule, right? And then suddenly sometimes you ask me, hey, how come your this 12, I mean, which part is that? This one. Yes, square root 4, I make it to power half. Why I make it to power half? Because I can, if I make it to power half, right, I can actually bring down the half. Can you see? Can you see or not? Can you see? Okay? Okay? Hello?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so let's have a 5-minute break. I will send you I will gather some materials like on logarithm and then we continue our second half after 5 minutes. Shall we?
Okay.
Can? Yeah, I see you about 5 minutes. Of course, when you come back, you can always let me know you are back. Okay?
Okay. Can you give me a question?
Can I
So I
what?
can do.
Okay,
Can you
very
give
good.
me a?
Okay, so let me pose the question first, right? Am I
Yeah.
right? Okay, good. Let me give you a question. On logarithm.
Yes.
Good. Okay, I have given you this. Let me give you another one. Besides logarithm, what else did you learn in your school?
Um, for A math we learn logarithm, but then like
Mm,
for E math we learn trigonometry, the
trigonometry, sine
sine
rule,
rule
cosine
and
rule.
yeah.
Mm. Are you comfortable with sine rule, cosine rule?
I think I'm okay for now.
Mm-mm. Okay, understand. Okay, I think just now I think I have not introduced this concept to you. So just now I think I talked about log10. Is it is actually lg, right? So another thing is loge is actually ln. So you see ln here, right? Can you see?
Mm,
Okay, so that's the meaning of it. Okay, can okay. So I leave it this. I will leave this
oh,
question. I will leave
what
this.
does the
Huh?
what does the E mean?
No, it doesn't mean anything. It's just a log 10 is equal to lg, and then log e is equal to ln. So that's the thing.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm,
Okay. You ask me what is the pi mean? You understand my point? Pi is what? 3.14 blah blah blah. And then when you use pi when you find the area of circle or you find the parameter of circle, right? You understand my point?
mm,
So over here it doesn't mean anything, but ln it just means is loge. Huh?
okay.
Okay. So with these two questions, and then you can actually go and try first. Okay. Okay. So I will use the washroom and then get myself some water plus wash my face. Okay.
Mm,
Good. I will off my video first, because in case stop my video later I will. But you can still see my screen, right? Can you?
okay.
Okay. Good. 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 I will mute your audio for a while also.
Okay.
Because whatever you do, I also don't want to hear also. Okay, good.
你就咁咪會企喺通佢上門啦，半夜餐晚度見佢啲人哋收骨雞，佢嚟擺現大。啊，唔該啦。我咪一同咪成個，呢同啲咁成個，媽媽話整得佢。
Okay, I'm back. Are you there?
Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Let me on my video. Yes, here. Yeah. Good. So how? The question? Okay. You send over WhatsApp lah when you
I start already, but I think
part one or
I
part two?
Hmm?
Part one or part two?
Part one.
Oh, part two? Oh, part two.
I
I think
haven't.
part two. We got a question just now. Similar to this part two.
Hmm?
Yeah. So I show you part two. You copy the part two question already, no?
No, haven't.
Okay, you copy the part two question first. Then later you can see the similarity. You copy first. Copy down the question first. I will show you
Okay.
the similarity. None?
No, haven't.
Okay.
Okay, done now.
Okay, good. Let me go to that question. Yeah, this one, no? Can you see it? This part C. Can you see? Very, very similar. Let me park it here. Can you see? So similar.
Can see.
Can you see already now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So if part one you start, then you can do part two first. Where's my cup? Part 1 is also actually very simple. Actually, these two questions are quite simple compared to the slides, compared to the questions we discussed. Okay, you don't have to solve for the part 2. You just show me until the quadratic equation part. I think that is good enough already. Oh, sorry.
For part 2, do I have to change the base?
Of course, you have different base, right? You base 5 and base y, right? Okay. So just now the question, if you refer to the previous question C, right? So yeah, this is the question C, lor. In the end, I should get log 3x and some minus 12 over log 3x. Okay?
Okay.
Okay? Okay, I'm looking at your this first part 1. Yeah, correct. Your part 1 is good. Your part 1 is good. But of course, you can simplify it further.
Mm.
Let's go to the question. Your part 1 is good. But for your part 1, I think your right hand side, there is a problem with your right hand side.
Oh, is it a square? Is
Yeah.
it 2?
Yeah, that one is a 2. That one is not a square. Yeah, the question is 2. But when you wrote the question, you become power already.
That is 6.
Yeah. Okay. But the left hand side is correct. So the right hand side is you copy the question wrongly, then of course it's wrong. Okay. When you finish the part 2, when you simplify it until a quadratic equation, you show me, huh?
Okay.
So let me copy down.
Okay.
Okay. So once you send me, then I can kickstart explaining these two questions already. Send me already?
Yeah, sending.
Good. Okay, good. So let's go through the first part first. So the first part, very good. Your left hand side is correct, and then your right hand side should be equal to this. So once you have this left hand side and right hand side, right? I think you should be able to spot that you have both log e, right? So what you do, you just take out this part, equate them together. Okay. So once you equate them together, 2 to the power of 3 is 8 lah. So just cross multiplication and then. Understand my point?
Okay.
Okay. So I don't want to go. I don't want to continue. I will stop at here because I think there are more questions we want to go through. Okay. So can I move on to part 2? Good. Let's move on to part two. So part two, part two looks good. Okay, but I want to okay, part two looks good until this step. You whether it's you or V, okay, it's okay. Okay, part two looks good until you this step. So for this step, right, what you do is you times V on both sides, right?
Yeah.
Am I right or not?
Times 5.
Oh, you times 5 ah? Oh, okay, then in that case, then I want to like check your step already. Okay, never mind. You times 5 also can, but let me check your step. Okay, so for this one, log, okay, let me copy the question. Log 5y minus log y 25. Okay, the way you write, please take note. Okay, log AB. The A is the base. So it's supposed to be smaller. And then at the bottom. And then the
Okay.
B, right? The B should be big enough such that it should be aligned with log. Okay? So that means if you were to write the thing out properly means the 5 should be smaller, the Y should be same size of log. So similarly, for this one, the Y is the base, so you should write it smaller. 25 should be similar to log. I mean the size. Okay? Can? So please take note of the presentation. Okay? So with this, I think I will decide to use change of base. I want to change to 5y. That means I decide to use base 5. Okay? So if I decide to use base 5, then the first term no change, right? Because it's already what base 5, right? Then of course then this one I change to base 5. So I change it to base 5. On top is 25, below is y. Am I right? Then I can solve the question already because I have LO5, LOG5 minus on top is 2. Below cannot do anything. Copy down. So that's all I need to do. So if I use U, then that means it's 2 over U and then equals to 1. Right? Let me see
So is
where you make the mistake.
the AB part. I wrote the A
The
on
second
top.
term, yeah lah, you make the mistake what? The second term, the Y should not be should not be on top what? The Y should be below, right? LOAB, right? So the B is always on top. So let's say I choose 2, so it's B on top, and the A is below. Okay? Okay? So basically, once you simplify until this, you times U on the left and on the right, and then you should end up with what? U square minus 2 equals to U. So U square minus U minus 2 equals to 0. So basically, this is quadratic equation. Okay? Okay? So once again, you need to be very good with this summary. You need to be very good with this summary. Okay?
Okay.
It's so important that you need to know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this 5. So important. It's just like the indices law. The indices law, you also need to be so good with this. Can? Okay. So I think let's say if just now we talked about U is equal to LO5Y, right? So now my question is, let's say your U is, you solve the quadratic equation. Your U is equal to 1 and then your U equals to -5, let's say. So that means your log5y equals to 1 and then log5y equals to -5. Okay? Am I right? Then can I ask you, how do you find y then? So y equals to what?
Y equals to 0.
No lah. So
Five.
in order to be, yes, so in order for it to be 1, right? So you need your y to be 5 in this case. And then for this, in order for this y to be, I mean, in order for the left hand side equal to -5, what you need to do is you need to get it into this one. Am I right or not? That is a very, okay. Which rule we use to find this value? We use this, we use this one. We use this one to find the value. But actually, there are other ways to do it. So the other way is you need to memorize one more rule. Okay, it's actually not memorize one more, it's just the basic one. Okay, let me add one more to this. Let me minimize it. So add one more to it. So the one more is this. So let's say you have LOAB equals to C. So what it means is A to the power of C is equal to B. Okay. So the meaning is the base is still the base. Okay. Okay. And then if you can actually test it out, log 2 to the power of 3 is equal to 3, right? Am I right? So that means similarly, your base will be the base. In this case, your C is equal to, okay, this one is the C, right? So that means I put it on top. So the answer is 2 to the power of 3, which is 8. So this is, the B is equal to 8. Can you see it's equal to 8 here? Okay. That means I can also write 8 here. So that means this one is valid. That means in the case that you don't remember this rule, you can actually do it on the spot and to check for yourself. Okay. So I want to add one more to it, which is this, the last one. Okay, so far so good.
Okay.
So which means if I were to give you, let's say ln 2, right? Not ln 2. Ln A equals to 2. So your ln is actually equals to some more. Just now what we said, ln is equal to log E, right?
Log E.
So that means in this case is you can, if you remember, log AB equals to C, so it's AC equals to B. Okay, so your A in this case is your A in this case is your E, right? So you write down E here. Okay, and then your C in this case, is your 2, right? So you put your 2 on top. So your A is actually E to the power of 2. You punch your calculator, E to the power of 2, what's the answer?
E?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There is a letter E here on your calculator. I think you need to shift.
7.38.
Yeah, good. So it's 7.38. I think it's too round to 3 significant figure, right? Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So this example is to show you this one. The last rule I added here. Okay. Here.
Alright, can you go back to the example?
Can.
Look,
You want to?
copy down.
Only what? I got the video. What? Whatever you want to copy, you copy. Later watch it again, then you can copy down. Right?
Okay.
This video after this lesson, I'm going to like upload this to YouTube. Same thing. I will just give you the link, and then you can actually watch it again for any concept that you don't understand. Oh,
Okay.
so far so good.
Good.
Okay, can. Next. Do you have your 10-year series with you? AMF.
Yeah.
So go to the logarithm question, and then just choose one of them, and then send me a photo so that you, of course, you can do one of the question, and then I also know which question later I can explain. Okay, can?
Okay.
So let's test one question. Go to your 10-year series first, and then take a photo, WhatsApp me, and then yeah, we try to do one question. Try to choose a different one. Not similar to the examples we talk about.
How come got no logarithm?
You look at your content page, it should be under indices and logarithm. Can you find? If you cannot find it, I will give it to you from my side.
How come only got something called logarithm?
Yeah, that's logarithmic, yes. So that is the adjective of logarithm. Logarithm is a noun. Logarithmic is adjective. Okay? You find any question already?
Do I just find any question?
No, the question that you think, oh, this is different from what we discussed just now. Then we can do that one.
I think I never wait. I think this one I never seen before. Exponential function.
Yeah,
Is it considered logarithm also?
that one is indices. Exponential is, it's okay. Then I will give it from my side then. I will give you a similar one. Okay, since we are talking about this. So as you can see, right, they keep giving you this kind of question. Then that means you just need to. Okay, can you see my screen already?
Can see.
Can you see they keep giving this kind of questions? So that means if you know how to solve this question, you already get 7 marks out of 100 already. Okay, yeah, please do this too on my screen. Yeah.
Wait. So I write it here, then I send it to you.
Yeah, you write on. Okay, copy the question down first, and then you have part 1 and part 2, right? Yeah. So copy the question down first, and then just solve the left hand side and the right hand side, and then we stop at there. Okay.
Okay. Oh my god.
What? Why? Oh my god! Suddenly. Hey, actually, you can use my mouse leh, and my keyboard leh. Yeah.
Cannot.
Nah, I give control already.
Oh my god.
You try what you can do on my this screen.
Cannot leh.
Sulu is controlling your screen, right? Try test.
No.
Move my mouse.
Can see?
Yeah, I can see 11. That's right. Okay, that's the reason why I suggest you use a bigger screen. Because if you have an iPad, that's the best. If you have a computer, that is even best. Because bigger screen, then you can write more. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So with your phone, it's very hard to write. Okay, never mind. Okay, release control. Can you? I want to gain back control already.
How?
Uh,
I think I know.
Okay. Give me back control.
How
Never
to
mind lah. I abort control. That means I gain back control again. Yeah, can. Good. I had one lesson with my student yesterday. She used a bigger iPad like those 13-inch. I think they call it iPad Pro or whatever. So basically, he can actually write here the empty space here. Yeah. Because the iPad is bigger, basically, yeah, bigger space for you to write, so it's easier. The phone is too small to write.
Yeah. So do I change to the same base, although it's already the same base?
If you're already the same base, then you don't need to change the same base, what? But wait. Your this one is not same base, leh. Right? Your this one is not same base, right?
Oh, it goes to log 3 to the power 3.
Log 3 lah, not log 3 to the power 3 ah. Log 3 is equal to 1. You are talking about this, right? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that means is equal to log 3 lah. Correct?
So I can take out the log 3.
Then okay, wait. First term you change to this. No, I want to see your simplified version on the left and the simplified version on the right. Okay, so for here the right hand side no need to simplify. That's the simplest already. So, but you still can combine the first term and the second term for the left hand side.
Combine. Divide, is it?
Why divide? Why divide?
Minus.
Yes, correct. That means basically you use quotient rule. So the summary, 对，是啊 this is the one. So you make use of the quotient rule.
How do I, in the outside the bracket, do I write log or log 3?
What do you mean by outside the bracket?
But I have to write a bracket, right? Then.
Okay. So never mind, since you already have the answer, you can write here already. On the you use your phone to write because you don't need to write too many things, right? Just write on my this empty space. Just now you write the 11. Yeah, just show me on the empty space here.
Okay, can I write?
Cannot write, man. Can or cannot?
No.
Cannot now. Okay, I give you control. Okay, right.
Okay. I want to use green. You still cannot.
Waiting for Suli to control your screen. Okay, now it's good.
Okay.
Good. Yeah, try to write something.
Still cannot.
Are you sure or not? How come now cannot? You pick the pen and then just write on it lah.
Yeah, but when I pick the pen, it doesn't. I cannot write.
Okay. Let me see.
Okay.
Again. Okay, wait. This one too thick already. You use
Okay.
Okay, good. Lai. You can write from here already. Yes, right hand side. Wait, for the first question, right hand side, nothing to do leh.
Left hand side.
Yeah.
Oh, you're so small.
I can see quite clearly here. Of course, your screen is small, that's why.
Okay, I write arrow.
Yes. Arrow means what? Oh, no more space already, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, understand. Yeah, good.
You.
Yeah, correct. Okay. Correct. Okay. So then you combine your left hand side using quotient rule.
So when I combine, I write log.
Yeah.
3.
Yes. Go ahead. You just finish writing first. Yeah, put a bracket. Yes, you need to put a bracket because for the rule, right, on the summary page, I think I have written the bracket as well.
Like this.
Yeah, correct. So this is the simplest version for the left hand side. Okay, so let me get back the control first. Okay, this question very good. Means you have done correctly. I get back control already. Can you erase the screen, whatever you have written? Thank you. Okay. Yeah, I stop the video. Hey, can you see what I share?
Hmm?
Can you see what I share or not?
You share what?
Can you see what I'm sharing?
No?
No. Okay. Can you see what I'm sharing right now?
No, you cannot.
Okay, never mind. I know what happened. Okay, so yes, I'm good. So back to I gain back control already. So once you have this log 3 over this x minus 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
So all you need to do is, can you see that you have your this log 3 and log 3 here? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what you need to do is you just pick this out lah. Then equate it and you get, then you cross multiplication. Okay. And
Okay.
okay. So once you cross multiplication, you should end up with a quadratic equation, and then once you get that, and then you should get x. So that's for part 1. Okay. So I will leave part 2 to you right now. Go. Yeah. You can try it on your some more. What's that?
So hard.
Yeah. Part 2. Leave it to you. Show me left hand side, right hand side. Yeah. Go.
Wait, can I work on my paper first?
Yeah. Of course. Go on your paper first. More. 10分鐘我哋嘅咩嘢咩待會。
Do I have to change the base?
I ask you, do you need to change the base? Yes or no? Or why? Why yes or why no?
I think yes, because the base is not the same.
Correct. If they have different base, then you cannot combine. It's just like if you have x and y, you cannot combine, right? So you need to make sure that you get all the x together and you get all the y together. Then you can combine, right? So similar to this. Okay. So you can also decide what base to use. When you decide what base to use, it's good to use the simplest base. Let's say you get 4, you get 16. So you need to decide, you want to use 4 or you want to use 16. The smaller, the better. The right hand side, nothing to change, I guess. So once you finish, then you WhatsApp me your working. Actually, this part 2 is also similar to the question just now.
Okay. So for the 1 over log x.
Okay, can I ask you what base, what change of base, what base you want to use?
4.
Oh, okay, good. Go ahead then.
So for the 1 over thing,
Yeah.
can I change to, so do I change to 1 minus log x 4?
不可以 because there was nothing like this. We have never learned this.
But then I thought divide can change to minus.
Oh, that one is the entire thing minus. I think I know what you're talking about. You're talking about this. It's the entire thing minus 1. So that means you're below, the entire thing is minus 1. Does it help or not? I don't think so. When you make it like this, when you make it look like this, I think it's quite scary. Right? Don't you find this is very scary? Right?
Then how should I change the 1 over?
Then Okay, so that means in this question, you can change it to base 4, or you can change it to base x what? Am I right? You can change it to base x what? Right?
Yes.
Yeah, then change it to base x. If so, that means you are saying this term is that means you can do nothing about this term. Then you just then accept it. So that means don't change this. So that means now your objective is to make everything base x. Okay,
Okay.
make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Then for the left hand side,
Almost.
it should not be too hard. Because
Then log x equals to 1.
okay, then just leave it to me then. Okay, so basically you don't have to you need to change this term only lah. So basically you change it to log x, right? You change it to log x, log
Log
x.
x.
So on top is x, so below is 16, right? Right? And then
Mm.
this first term on top is 1 because you use the log a to power 3 is 3, right? Okay. So on below you can see that it's actually log x 4 to the power of 2, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
Then with 4 to the power of 2, then the 2 is the power, you can actually bring it to the coefficient. Okay? Can you see I bring it to the coefficient position?
Yes.
Yeah. Then after that, then it's simple already. So what you have is actually half times 1 over log x 4. Can you see? This one is this one. Basic math. Okay?
Okay.
Good. So that means this first term, you get this, right? Then everything is done already lah. Why? Because you just let your this log x4 equals to let it be u. So what do you have is you have this so the left hand side is now equals to what? The left hand side is equal to the first term is half dot 1 over u times 1 over u equals to 1 over 8, right? So the entire question is simplified until this. Okay, then now becomes the basic math already, right? Let me get it to the next page. Okay, let me get it to basic math. So half dot 1u times 1u equals to 1 over 8. So I times 8 on both sides first. So if I times 8 here, I get 4 1 over u square equals to 1, right?
Hmm?
This one.
I don't understand it.
You don't understand which part?
The 4 1 over u square.
1 over u times 1 over u top times top, bottom times bottom.
Oh.
This one simple basic math.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So
Okay.
once you get this, then it's easy already. So it's equal to 1/4, right? Am I right? Then that means your u square is equal to 4 lah. Can you see? You have one
Use
comparison. So u is equal to +2 or -2. Okay?
why plus 2 minus 2?
Because x squared is equal to 4, so x must be plus or minus square root 4. Right? Okay? Can? So now let me answer the question also. So u is plus 2 and -2, right? So that means my log x4 is equal to +2 and then log x2 x4 is -2. Okay, so over here, right, over here, I hope you understand that you need to make use of the last rule of the summary page. I will show you the last rule of the summary page. The last rule of the summary page says log AB equals to C, so AC equals to B. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So therefore, this case is case 1, case 2. So I do case 1 first, is x to the power 2 is equal to 4. Okay? In case 2 is x to the -2 is equal to 4. Am I right? So this one, I mean this is simple. So your x is equal to ±2. So that is the first two answers. Then below is x is equal to, before you can do this, right, what you need to do is you need to do this first. You need to use 1/x2 is equal to 4. You need to do this first. Okay? And then therefore x2 is equal to what? 1/4. So because of this, so x is equal to plus minus square root 1/4. So of course you simplify, you get plus minus half. So far so good. Okay?
Okay.
Okay? So basically I am showing you the last step. How do you get x? By using the last rule. Okay?
Okay.
So over here, right, the -2, right, just to mention once again, the -2. So in this case, you need to use the indices rule. Okay? Over here, it helps you. But just now when you get this, just now when you get this, it doesn't help much. That's why I don't prefer to use this one. I'm not saying this is wrong. I'm not saying this is wrong. This is correct. But just that it doesn't help. Okay? Okay? If it doesn't help, right, then don't use. If it helps, then use. Okay? So that means today's lesson, right, what we have learned so far is all summarized here already. Okay? We need to make use of all these rules so that we can solve questions. Okay?
Okay.
Okay? So you have other questions for me?
No.
No. So if you don't have any more questions, then let me go to the, let me save this first. Okay, let me save this first. And sign your attendance. So this under what? It's under AMAth. Okay, so it's under Suli. I will just make a, so this is logarithm. I will make a folder for you, so you can actually come to this folder. So this is the slide. Okay, good. So let me go to the website to sign attendance. So once again, logarithm is like indices. You need to be very good with um, you need to be very good with all the rules before you can do things.
Okay.
If not, then it's just like indices. Then you can't do you can't do most of the question because you are not good with the rules. Eh, this one what happened? Hey, by the way, sorry, let me see. May I know what is your signature? So I will just go to the website and then just record lah. You can actually
My
write on this page the signature. So I just put 2 hour today. And you also record lah. Today we have two hours of.
okay.
Hold on Never mind lah, cannot record. I record on my paper lah. Online cannot. The website down. Okay, good.
Are you still my signature?
No leh. But never mind. Never mind. We just record on paper first. Okay. Can?
Okay.
Good. So I will send you the link to this file. It means all these slides. Okay. And then I will also send you the link to this video. Okay. So you got 2 resources to help you do revision. Okay.
Okay.
Can or not? Okay. So like I say, you need to practice all series questions on logarithm and indices. That's the homework.
Okay.
Okay.
We
And I
will
will see you.
logarithm and
Indices.
another one.
Indices. Okay. So yeah. So thank you for all the cooperation. Okay, during this time. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye bye for now. Anything
Bye.
you WhatsApp me also. Thanks. Bye bye.